make you know I want it deep inside. Free your mind, and I'll take you for a ride and make you wanna call my name. I am the reason that you feel like you're alive. Call for me, I'll keep you breathing. You'll be my heartbeat parasite. It's alright, let your know inside come out and touch me. Scream all night, that's what I like. You'll be my heartbeat parasite. Oh, my heartbeat parasite. My heartbeat parasite.
What's going on, Vigo's Court? I am your judge, Judge Vader. I am joined by the amazing Counselor Shep.
Hello, everybody. Happy holidays.
Oh, happy holidays indeed. We are getting right down to the wire before good old Christmas Day. So definitely, if you were out there trying to get that Christmas shopping done, better hurry. Better get it done now. The time is ticking. Definitely for me, it is the 22nd, and I still have gifts coming on the 23rd and 24th that I'll have to wrap for the 25th. But for others out there, it may already be the 23rd.
Wait a second. Don't at me. Yeah, it's 30 to the 23rd. I'd love to go. I still have to go Christmas shopping too. I did most of my Christmas shopping, but I'm like, I gotta go and finish that.
Yeah,
today, probably.
that was my subtle, not so subtle calling you out, Chef. Just like
No one else had to know.
But definitely. I mean, in the holiday spirit, like the fact that we're still just like we're in that giving spirit. We're looking to go get that done after this. I mean, we love having you here, taking the time out of your day to be here instead of out there getting those Christmas gifts.
Of course, you guys are much more enjoyable than the people I have to get Christmas gifts for.
Oh, all right. Oh,
Anyway.
right. All right. So we have Remedy and Demice today. So definitely got a really good matchup for the day. I'm excited for it. Definitely, I think that Demice definitely is the favorite in my eye. But who do you have?
I do really like Demice. They have been really enjoyable to watch this entire season, and they're just like really good people. Like they've seemed like very good sports the entire time, very good natured. But Remedy being a new team, they came out and did really well their first performance last week. So I'm kind of excited to see how they do this week, and I'm kind of rooting for them.
I think that's very fair, and definitely. They have a really good opportunity to go ahead and take a win here. I'm still waiting on an invite for our lobby here, but let's go ahead and check out what map we're going to. And for sure, we'll be going to Remedy's home map of Blood Lodge here. It is Autohaven Wreckers. It's a little bit on the larger side. And, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, pretty symmetrical map. Really, really good for both killers and survivors alike. Honestly, I find this to be a ranged killer's, like, most favorite map, though. Honestly, because that center... Yeah, that center section of the map, the entire center, is all short tiles. So, I want to see more Huntress and Deathslinger right here.
I would love to see a Deathslinger or a Huntress. I think that this is a really good map for them because, as you said, there are all those low obstacles in the middle area, and if teams aren't careful, a trend I see a lot, I mean, like, not in comp, but a trend I see a lot on Blood Lodge is people will do the outside generators, and then they'll be stuck with just inner generators, and, like, any ranged killer, field day. Like, that's a dream come true.
Oh, for sure. And I'm trying to make sure I may... Oh, wait. I think I just got a friend request. I was going to say... Oh, I know who that person is, but that's actually not for right now. I may not have anybody from Remedy on my friends list yet, as I think their first few matches in the league, I think were actually while I was out with my whole voice thing, so...
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a request from them yet, so we'll wait here for a little bit. But honestly, yeah, the range killers I think would be really good, as it is a map that has a lot of short tiles as well. I think. I mean, really, those a pyramid head or a Nemi would be okay here as well. But really, any of those where you have line of sight on the survivor, because mind gaming is going to be a lot harder because the survivor can easily see you. I find mind games for killers, of course, like we're used to them being able to mind game in those tall tiles, not the short. Because if a survivor can see the top of your head, especially if you're playing a taller killer, it's not helping you. You're not going to moonwalk anybody.
You're probably going to want to play some of the shorter characters if you can help it. I've actually seen it. Okay, so like comp hag is like not really a thing, but I have seen hag do well here before. I don't hope to see a hag today, but she fits the bill for short characters.
You know, and you said comp hag is not really a thing. However, comp Rusty Shackles hag has been a thing before, and like actually has has caused some issue for some survivors. So I don't know that I would bring hag here, because you're right, hag does have a pretty good chance of getting abused by some survivors. So I don't know that
hag is an ambitious choice.
Yeah, very ambitious.
She's who I think of first. Whenever you say small killers, though, she's who I think of first. I'm like, oh, she's tiny. Like, they'll never see her coming.
Piggy.
She blends into the dirt. Yeah.
A piggy, a crouching piggy.
Oh, piggy. Yeah, piggy might be a good choice here too. I feel like comp piggy's a little hard too, though.
I would agree. Not impossible, but like I think you have a chance to slow down the game with the head traps. The problem is the RNG that comes with the head traps, right? A lot of survivors might just, on their first try, take that head trap off, and then your power was useless.
Yeah, it's always first or last, as they say. Yeah, I think as far as like killer choices go, my picks for this map would be either a ranged killer, so Huntress, or like one of the line of sight killers like Nemesis or Pyramid Head, I think would be something I would want to see on this map. Just someone who benefits from, I mean, top fave would be Deathslinger, but we have seen him come out to varying success this season, so
that's true. Deathslinger has been actually very successful, and I would say that I don't think a lot of people were thinking that would be the case after his rework, but definitely we've kind of been proven wrong in the regard of if you thought he wasn't going to be as viable anymore, if you thought Deathslinger was dead, which I don't know if you saw, I definitely saw all of like the tweets and various like memes and things of people going, oh no, he's dead, he's gone, you can't save him now. Wrong.
We were so wrong. Yeah, I was kind of in that camp of like, man, that's such a shame. I had just started playing Deathslinger. I was like so set on being a Deathslinger main, and then they did the nerf, and I was like, I guess I can't play him anymore. But after seeing, who all have I seen? Moth played. Moth played Deathslinger, I believe.
Yep, I think so. Solar did.
Solar Blazer did a really good Deathslinger. I watched Railblazer from Entity play that in an offline game as well. It's kind of restoring my faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited. I'm always hoping for more Deathslinger. I need a little bit more convincing.
I think it's just like Spirit. Like, we've seen Spirit not do as well either, to what we're used to seeing Spirits do. But all I think these changes that Behavior's made has done is it just raises the skill ceiling. So, for sure, it makes it so somebody who might have had their stats be a little bit boosted by just the strength of the killer now has to actually learn like the top tier techniques to get back to where they were. But somebody who already knows the top tier techniques, unaffected really by the change.
Yeah, and I think conversations that I've had with other people regarding both killers is that it forces a different kind of play style, and if you can adjust to the new play style that these mechanics introduce, you'll actually have a lot of success. People are already talking about, oh, you can manipulate the directional sound as Spirit. You can manipulate that a little bit and make it work in your favor, but you have to be really good at like moonwalking and not looking at where you're going, but like getting to where you need to be. And all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and same with like Deathslinger. If you get used to how his sights work now, you're gonna be fine. And again, we've seen fantastic performances.
We've also seen people like fake the like aim down sights by like flicking their head up, and survivors fall for it. Like, how crazy is that?
I think shout out to the killers in this game for being some of the most resilient people I've ever seen. No matter what behavior throws at you, you guys find a way. Life finds a way.
Agreed. It does look like all of our survivors are readied up here. So let's go ahead and go into the spectator role and let them know they're good to go.
Sounds good. All right, so last call. Who do you think they're gonna play?
Last call. I'm calling a Huntress right here. Oh,
Huntress?
Something happened. Oh Lord, I'm switching back to killer. Somebody left. Oh God.
Sag.
So
Okay, maybe not last call. All right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, let me see. I know what's going on. So, some of our survivors, their names didn't match as they are put on the roster. So, changing their names on Steam, as some of us do. But if it doesn't match the roster, then we actually have an issue for stat tracking and other purposes. So, for sure, they are going to fix that real quick before coming back in, because they would prefer to not have a penalty, as I would prefer they don't have a penalty to start this game. That would be quite nice.
They don't start with negative points.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I don't want there to be penalties at all, but so looks like the names have been corrected. So we'll wait for them to go ahead and get their builds in order, as it looks like their builds are not in order yet. And then we should be good to go. I don't know if this is a weird cosmetic bug, but do those survivors look further away than normal?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. I was like, wow, they're really far. I can't even read their names from here.
Yeah. Like, even on my screen, which I've got like a 27-inch monitor, and of course I can see it right here because the game's hosted on my machine, they're still small. Like,
yeah, I think
crazy small.
I think I saw something about that on DB Twitter. Just people like, why are they so tiny?
Yeah, like you can't even tell. I know that Gamer Sharma has like the firecracker, but his hands aren't even detailed enough for you to see he has a firecracker in his hand.
Harvard, Nemesis is cold. Let him in.
Let him in. Just let him closer. I realize we might be social distancing, guys, but not like this. Not like this.
If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside. Bring your killers
They're the
inside.
ones next to a campfire. I mean, survivors are at least warm. Killer just over there in the snow.
Aww.
I know.
Our poor cold little bioweapon.
I think he'll be all right.
I think so. He'll figure it out. Yeah, they still look really small on the screen for some reason.
It looks better on my side, at least. This actually looks a little bit more normal. Yeah, it's still like, so what I'm noticing is like the campfire actually looks like it's like further up than normal, like as if like everything shifted up and then a little bit smaller. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like the camera shifted down and back a little bit.
Yeah.
Weird.
Behavior, explain.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can at this point.
No? Okay, never mind.
No.
I'll stop asking them. All right, so we do see all 4 offerings that we would love to see. So exactly like I said, you love to see it. Let's go ahead and review how our killer scores points, of course. So our killer will be scoring points via those fabulous hooks and hopefully getting some fabulous kills on that 3rd hook. Progressions, of course, being worth 1 less point than the corresponding hook. 7th and 8th progression, if you get to there because you're a slug god, would be 1 point each, and a 4K awards 2 points. If you have an entity kill happen, that would be the corresponding hook plus the progressions. Definitely a Mori would only be the corresponding hook without the progressions, such as a pig trap. And if you do get a bleed out, that results in 0 points, that resulting in a 30-point total for the killers. And we're gonna go right into this match.
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
I didn't call this. It's a Bubba, and he brought his mallet.
Oh, Bubba with the mallet. You know, I'm not surprised this is actually not a terrible pick for this map. I've seen Bubba do very well on the Auto Haven maps in general. So we're looking around, finding our first survivor over by this vehicle loop. Whatever. I don't know what that's called.
You know, I think it's like a crane. That's normally what I call it.
Yeah, the crane. There we go. My brain like totally dropped what that was. But we are going to see the early pallet drop to try to avoid that chainsaw as our Bubba goes all the way around, chewing through that pallet as our survivor is desperately trying not to get downed, especially over in this corrupt zone here.
Yeah, and I think that was really smart by our Bubba, actually, to go ahead and avoid the pallet rather than just chainsawing through the first pallet, as we see a lot of Bubbas do early, right? Because you were able to consume a second pallet without taking the time to go find them again. You forced them into dropping not 1, but 2 pallets.
Yeah, really good time management from Squid here, and also that's going to be one less resource that survivors will have available to them in the future, of course. Seeing some scratch marks entering our second chase of the game. We still have yet to see any generator progress. But that will be another pallet gone, which is going to be really good for our killer in the late game.
For sure. Definitely love to see what we're seeing from our killer right now. Getting the early down, which we love as well. Just so good.
Yeah, that's a really good place to get a down 2 because it's going to be very difficult for a survivor to come and flashlight save. So that will be the first hook for Squid here. And we still have our corrupt up, but we do see our first generator pop.
Oof. Yeah, and we do see, of course, our survivors going ahead and trying to get some of these gens done. The first gen, of course, fell, and we did see Deadlock come up, but there's another gen not far behind.
Yeah, we do have another gen pretty close to being done as well over on the side of the map. And if you notice, that was a dry kick, so there is no pop codes to weasel value, also no ruin value, as Bubba did kick the generator. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. We do see our second generator pop as Bubba picks up chase with our finally unhooked survivor here.
Oh yeah. And we do see Alexi doing a good job avoiding going down as well. So this is definitely exactly what you want to see if you're rooting for Remedy here. Very good showing early. We'll see if it continues this way. Oh no, Alexi getting found.
Very unfortunate, especially considering they are still injured. So it's not even going to take a chainsaw to get this down for our Bubba, but we will see another generator is popping. So they are doing their job of keeping the killer preoccupied enough for their teammates to slam out those generators, which is what you want to see against a Bubba. The faster you can get objectives done, obviously, with as few losses as possible, the better.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, with them already a second hook here, I don't know if we see unhook happen very quickly here, especially since Chase is going to be here. Whoop! I lied! Look at these survivors go!
And I believe this is life value we're seeing as we see our survivor take the pallet that was dropped by their teammate earlier. Maybe an oversight from our Bubba to not break that when he had the chance.
Well, we're still not breaking it now, so I mean that's still going to be a resource we have, and not getting that timing right, but you're okay doing that because you have the window to shack. But Bamboozle
has entered the chat, and that will be shack pallet down as a fourth generator pops. Remedy just tearing through these generators as quickly as possible, definitely understanding that they need to use the time being bought for them by their teammates. Oof! And we love to see a juicy firecracker usage. I'm always so satisfied whenever people actually get the stun off or the blind off with the firecracker.
Oh my goodness, he actually is gonna get the pallet off there. Bubba not committing to that. Actually, it does result in a pretty good ability to get out of the bad situation we thought the survivor was in.
It's smart of Bubba to try to mind game with a chainsaw there, but unfortunately these survivors are just too fast, devouring these generators. However, do you see what I see on the side of the screen?
I do see that haste effect for sure. I think the Bubba learning that taking that pallet out is necessary at this point, as survivor showing over and over they're just going to keep on using it. And do you think they've caught on to the fact that there may be a haste effect or no?
I think not. I think if she had known, she would have taken that pallet for some room, but now they are definitely going to know that there is a NOED on the field, and the survivors doing what is probably the smart thing and just getting the heck out of there. Which leads me to assume the survivor probably doesn't have deliverance.
If they did have deliverance and the survivors did not leave at least one person there, very missed opportunity.
Definitely missed opportunity to get a few more points in there. However, even with that, they are starving our killer of a couple of points because you do lose a point on those progressions.
That is true, and we do see the score is Remedy 18, Demice 9, so way to go to get yourself an early lead in this match.
Yeah, I will say one thing I will say about Remedy is they have consistently shown over the past 2 weeks that their survivor squad is very strong. So again, excited to see them come out and kind of do their thing. It was a very good first game. Very good way to start our day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely a really good showing from the survivors. And I mean, from the killer as well. Bubba was able to go ahead and get a kill there at the end. Survivors just doing as much as they could to go ahead and make sure they have a good early lead. 9 points is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, not bad at all. And Demice's survivor squad is also fairly strong, so I have a feeling we're going to see some points made up for there.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like I'm also getting an invite from Jazzy. I thought Jazzy was on, what was it, Hex Girls? Looks like maybe a roster change?
It would seem that there was a roster change, yes. Jazzy is playing for Remedy.
Oh. Oh, I did not realize. Oh, man. So, definitely gonna have Jazzy versus French Fry here. So, I did not realize that this was what was going on here.
It's definitely going to be an interesting match. We are familiar with Jazzy here at Vigo's court. They are a very, very skilled player, so I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like our ref was taking a look at the ruling because definitely Jazzy being traded was before the trade deadline that would have resulted in having to sit for 2 weeks. So Jazzy only had to sit for 1 week, and that's already happened. So Jazzy is eligible to play in this match, and that's why we're seeing Jazzy as killer right now. I'm definitely very excited to see this matchup. Definitely, we know French Fry and Jazzy kind of have a little bit of a rivalry. We've seen them both play, I wanted to say earlier in this season even. So it should be interesting to see. Looks like we have one person leaving, joining back, IKEA Carlson. So
I love that username.
I do love that username. You know what makes me a little upset though? I'm not gonna lie. What? IKEA Carlson is playing as Zarina, not Nia Carlson.
Look, sometimes you gotta go for the drip instead of the meme.
But see, they got Squid Savage in there as Nia Carlson.
I mean, maybe IKEA Carlson just thinks that Zarina has better outfit options. Look, like 30% of this game is the fashion, so I can't even say anything. Yeah,
100% fair. So we will go ahead and
Santa Clown or Riot. I am seeing Amy asking so kindly.
Riot. Oh my
for
goodness.
Santa Clown or Riot. It is the holiday season. Look, so if somebody brings out Santa Clown or Krampus Trapper, I'm gonna cackle.
Oh, 100%. Like, did you see the ghost face earlier though?
No, I'm so upset. I woke up to everyone saying, LOL, they brought a ghost face, and I was like, God damn it.
I said during the stream too. During the stream, I was like, oh man, if Shep was here to see this. Shep, are you watching? And you weren't watching. So
I
sad.
was asleep because it was like 8 in the morning. That's sleepy hours for me.
My lord.
Yeah, I don't wake up till like 10, so I was still asleep.
I mean, you did better than me. Like, I'm on vacay for like the next 2 weeks, and today, like, the kids woke up and then ended up like coming and laying in the bed with me, and so I ended up like putting on cartoons for them, and I think I slept till 2 p.m.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. My normal like sleep cycle, it wakes me up at around 10. So I was like, if I'm not casting games, I'm probably not gonna see them. Just because of the time difference. That's why I try to cast, if it's a game I want to see and it's at like 1 p.m., that's 3 in the morning for me.
Oof.
So I gotta wake up. I'm like, if I want to watch these games, I have to be involved in the production of them, or I'm just not gonna be awake.
Right. Makes sense.
So.
All right, so looks like the survivors are most of the way ready up here. I will go ahead and get into the spectator slot here. Looks like their builds are set. Oh, who needs a bonking?
All of them.
All of them? Oh no.
All of chat.
All of chat with the bonk. Oh no. So, you know, I don't know. Who do you think we see here? I don't think we get a Santa Clown here.
No, I don't think we got a Santa Clown here. As on theme as that would be. I don't know. Considering it's Jazzy.
I don't think we see a Blight. Not on this map. The Collision? Absolutely not.
I think we have seen Nurse on this map before.
Maybe Nurse. I don't know about Nurse.
I don't know about Nurse. Yeah, I don't know about Nurse.
I don't know about that one.
Huntress, maybe?
You see, that's what I said. But then we got Bubba, you know?
There
So,
is
like,
Bubba, yeah. So what do I know? I think Huntress. I think a Huntress is a viable option here. That would be what I would bring, especially with how that center area is set up.
Huntress or Pyramid Head. Or Death Slinger. Those are the three I want.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Looks like they are good to go. We're just waiting. There's the connecting. That's what I wanted to see, what I wanted to hear. Definitely looks like Demice is asking for a Bubba match. I doubt we'll get a Bubba match, though. I haven't seen Jazzy play Bubba. I've seen Jazzy play Billy. But do you think we have Billy here?
I don't know. This isn't like a terrible map.
Maybe not.
If you can finagle your way around all those obstacles.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and so we do see all the offerings we need to see. So we're gonna go ahead and check those survivor rules, and for sure our survivors score via those gens. So definitely we want to go ahead and make sure they get those done if they want to score, and then after we will
Vader.
of course, yeah. Well, me?
I don't know if that was just on my end, but you were cutting out like crazy there.
Oh,
okay, yeah, you were cutting out like crazy there.
I'm sorry, but you know, we want to see those
TLDR.
escapes and the hooks.
Give them the TLDR.
100%. And looks like we already have our match starting, and it is a blight.
Wow, we do see Blight coming out. Well, that's interesting. I don't think the collision on here is favorable for Blight, but I mean, what do I know? I thought a Billy would have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, but we do already see our first injured state and our first down within the first couple seconds of the game starting. So maybe not the worst pick for our killer here. I do see.
Looks like a totem
really
just went
weird
down.
corrupt.
It is the most spread corrupt I think I've ever seen.
That is the worst corrupt I have ever seen. That is terrible. All right. We do see a totem go down.
Like the spread is exactly the gens the survivors want to leave for last. Like there's never been a worse corrupt in the history of corrupts.
Yeah, this is just like a really unfortunate corrupt. Jazzy going right back to get that down. Showing that he's not playing around here. This will be our second hook stage. No DS on Ikea Carlson, unfortunately. And off he goes into the distance.
And the common problem we see with blights are the collision issues, which is exactly what we experience right there. Not getting collision on a car that, I don't know, if I ran full force into a car, I'm pretty sure I'm colliding with it, not sliding off it.
Yeah, pretty sure if I ran full force into a car, I would not be sliding around, but Jazzy showing that he's not going to have any problems with that, landing a really nice hit there. And coming back to check out what's going on in this hook, he's just going to confirm this death hook here, which he will lose a point for progression. But, you know, this early in the game, having an elimination is not so bad. Seeing that none of the generators have been completed yet, although Corrupt has fallen by this point.
Yeah, but I think gonna go ahead and just camp to death here. And at 5 gens, oh my lord, what kind of pressure is this? I'm wondering why Demice hasn't just started like pushing those gens out like crazy. We do see what appears to be a kinship or camaraderie play.
Yeah, definitely last second kinship there, keeping this survivor alive, and we will see the entire team come in to try to save them to prevent an out at just 4 generators. A risky move considering everyone is now injured in some capacity. But BT will keep Ikea Carlson on their feet for just a little bit longer, buying their teammates a little bit more time to try and get more gen pressure out.
Oh, yeah, and for sure, more gen pressure is exactly what they need right now. We don't see the power of Deadlock coming in for sure, and I can confirm Ruin's already gone, so if they can pressure out the gens, which we have seen 3 of them pop at this point, that is going to be their key to victory. One person out, of course, this has just become a different game than it was previously, but I still think they have a really good shot of. Wow, we just ran on top of a car.
Look, Blight does what Blight wants to do. But yeah, good recovery from our survivors. Even with an early elimination, they did manage to get 3 generators for the 1 death. So 3 gens for 3 hook states, essentially. Not so bad in my book, even with all of these survivors having to come in to try to get a little bit more time for their friend.
Yeah, definitely very, very good play. And now Blight having to try to find a survivor, definitely colliding with trees, which we know collision always works on trees, right? So, oh, what a flick.
And a really, really nice flick there, gaining himself another injured state on the survivor here. Looks like we're going to take it to Shack, which is a dangerous place to be. Especially with Shack Pallet already gone.
I mean, with 2 gens left, Shack Pallet being gone is not the worst thing. Oh, what a juke. Nice little jukey.
We got the jukes on Jonah here. And pre-drop from this pallet, this actually becomes like a really decent loop. We're gonna play a little bit of pallet chicken here, but I don't think. Oof, nice try, but no joy. As we see Jazzy get the hit on our survivor here.
Yeah, I want to talk about Jonah's sweater real quick though. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. It's got a giant brain on the back. That's because Jonah's just too big brain, and that's the reason that juke happened earlier.
Something like that, and we do see deliverance value with the survivor being able to get themselves off the hook there. That injured status coming in, unless we'll find out here in just a second, unless that is renewal. But we are down to 1 generator now. Our survivors doing a really good job of recovering from that early out, and ooh, spicy jukes there.
Oh yeah, more jukes from Demice. We love to see it. 1 gen left. I mean, I think it will be tough. I think this more than likely results in a 2K on this trial, but there is an opportunity for a 3 out here still.
Yeah, I definitely think the opportunity is still available to Demice to get a 3 out here, especially with how well Paige is looping this area over here. Jazzy deciding that he doesn't want to play with her anymore, going to go check out what's going on these other generators that haven't quite finished yet. A very short rush there.
Yeah, I would agree. That was pretty much a very short rush. And oh, okay.
Whoa.
So Jazzy saw something I
Okay.
didn't. I thought French Fry was still behind Jazzy, and I was wondering why Jazzy was going this way. But obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. Jazzy going ahead and taking down French Fry again.
And that will be the second hook for French Fry. Unfortunate that this generator was so close, because that will be pop goes the weasel value. And ooh, oh, he got the bounce. I think that's what Jazzy was going for, was being able to slide along the top of that truck there. The first few times we saw him bouncing around over there.
So Jazzy over here just flying. Is that what I'm hearing? Flying blight hours.
Space Blight?
Oh my
Space
gosh.
Blight over? You've heard of Space
So-
Billy.
So blight over here, like just joining Space Force. Oh no.
Force. Oh no! Oh no! Talk about horrifying things in space. And it does look like we will see our second elimination here, unless Paige does something real spicy with this unhook. Ooh, and she does! Ask and you shall receive. We do see Paige go and unhook French Fry. French Fry being able to make it through that window before Jazzy can get the hit on him. We don't know if that would have been borrowed time, but if he gets the hit now, it will definitely be without borrowed time on our survivor here.
This is snowball territory, though. This is 3 injured survivors. I'm worried right now if I'm a survivor. Resets need to come in and come quick.
And I'm assuming that's where IKEA Carlson, or not IKEA Carlson, sorry. Squid Savage disappeared to. It was Nia, so I got very confused. But I'm assuming that's why Squid Savage disappeared to go try to find Paige to get a reset. This mid gen is very heavily progressed, but you don't want to risk trying to finish it in Blight's mouth, with everyone injured right now.
Yeah, for sure. And also I would say that the IKEA Carlson comment, this is why I was saying, like, you saw the Nia and thought IKEA Carlson. Like, it's just only natural. And they're still not resetting. I'm confused. Well, not confused, but like I'm worried. I'm still like, I grow more and more worried with every second they're not reset.
The survivors playing real risky here. But we do see our first reset. Hopefully they get the other two reset, because that will be a much harder game for our Blight at this point if they can.
I'm glad. I'm now a little less stressed. I might be able to sleep easier. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be able to sleep so easy. 2 resets.
Shout out to Demice for being considerate of Vader's state of sleep. We do see a lot of progress on this generator. Not quite as much as on that middle gen, though, so Jazzy's going to try to take that down a notch, which is also good information. If he comes back and it's been worked on, someone's hiding out in that corner.
Oh man, and he does find somebody's been working on this gen as well, so. And it's Nia, and she's going, and the final gen gets finished. Oh my gosh, everything here is being so good. I still think that this may result in a 2K, unless we see French Fry also get reset and possibly come for some body blocks. But, oh yeah, this might be trouble territory, because Blight is going to start rushing again here soon.
Yeah, if I'm Squid, I'm hoping, as you can see, I was going to say, I'd be hoping my teammates are working on a door, which luckily for Squid they are, but now it is a question of getting him to that door, and we see a nice little hop into the locker to try to avoid getting hit, but ooh, unfortunate. You can see that Paige is trying to come in to help Squid out, which is a little risky, leaving one more injured survivor still in there. Paige trying to buy time for Squid here.
I think that, and oh my goodness, we do see French Fry with the med kit, but they're still injured, and now they're going to be injured in chase. Like, this is still snowballable. Oh, dead hard. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that juicy dead hard to get out of the way as Blight comes in for a swing, and this is going to get really dangerous for survivors. I don't really want to take too many risks here. I mean, if they can get the resets in while Squid is taking Blight for a run, they might be able to get a 3 out here, but they are definitely playing it very risky.
And talk about taking Blight for a run, because Squid is doing a great job of that right now.
Absolutely. Oh no. French fry now.
That was French Fry with the med kit injured. This is what I'm worried about. Like, oh
that's
no.
unfortunate. Oh no. And trying to get the flashlight save there just alerted Jazzy to your presence this far away from a gate. Pretty risky here. Oh gosh. Into the basement.
Unlucky for Jazzy.
Very unlucky for Jazzy. Oh, I'm just getting really uncomfortably nervous here. I am having like flashbacks of a Freddy game where two survivors got sacrificed to the entity.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the body block for the entity endgame. Oh man.
Yeah, I was having some really unnerving flashbacks, but it does look like Demice will take the 2 out here, sacrificing French Fry to Jazzy.
Man, and getting a 2 out there is important for Demice trying to catch up, but it actually results in a tie game for that trial. As you can see, the lead is still 9 points. So that is important to note, because these survivors for Remedy are still, of course, trying to extend their lead, and we still have Demice trying to catch up.
Yeah, we still see that 9-point lead there. So Demice kind of having to still play catch up here. I wonder how they respond to this. It's harder to be like, oh, I wonder how the survivors are gonna respond to this, because like survivors kind of just do what survivors do. With killers, it's like, oh, like maybe they'll pull out a different killer and it'll be different because their power. But here it's like, well, I guess they're just gonna try harder next time.
I mean, to be fair though, we do see survivors actually employ different techniques. So, such as like how often will they go for the body block, or how aggressive are they to the gens, right? For sure, the trials that the trial they just had for Demice, they didn't touch the gens as much as I want, right? Like if you're talking about early game, right? There were what, 2 hook states, 3 hook states that went when they were at 5 gens. We were talking about a survivor possibly being exiting from the trial, possibly being dead with 5 gens up.
Yeah. Not as much early game pressure as I would have wanted to see. However, I will say, by the time that we saw kinship being triggered, and by the time they were able to get that 3-man unhook and by themselves, by IKEA Carlson a little more time, we did see 3 generators go by the time Jazzy got that 3rd hook. So, I think there was a lot of early pressure, I think that was just all 3 survivors on different generators. And so that's probably why we didn't see those go as fast as we wanted to. But I definitely think they could have gotten on there a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think the big difference, I think the big difference there, like that I was seeing, was like we know that gens take 80 seconds to finish, right? Mm-hmm. We were way more than 80 seconds into the match, and we talked about how bad that corrupt was, right? And we hadn't seen a gen go. So like, at least my thought process, like, you would think somebody's on one of those gens close to the start of the game, or at least when chase has been called, right? Mm-hmm. But then 80 seconds later, the gen doesn't get finished. It's as if they got off the gen to do something, right? And now, I will say, of course, we did see 2 totems fall as well. So I got to give credit where credit is due. They did find the totems. They were doing good work. I didn't know whether or not they were really having as much pressure on the gens, putting the pressure on the killer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. Why we didn't see that early progress is because of the totems going, and I wonder if that was them making like a decision of, oh, because one of them was Ruin, I believe, right?
Yep, Ruin and Undying.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody noticed Undying and then noticed Ruin, and they decided early on to just get those out of the way, which is interesting. Because a lot of teams will just try to push through it, but I think because they realized what kind of situation that IKEA Carlson was in, they didn't want to be in a situation where there were 3 people left and it was, they were still having to fight with Ruin. So I think they actually made the right call there, realizing that IKEA Carlson was in a very dangerous situation, going ahead and setting themselves up to still be able to handle the trial if they had gotten tunneled out a little earlier.
Yeah, I think the other thing is allowing that escape. Escapes are worth the most points for survivors, right? Worth more than the gens even. Yeah. And on the other hand, kills are worth more to the killers, because of course our hooks are backloaded, not front loaded. So the first hook is worth less points than the last hook. So for sure, that's why, like, I saw questions in the chat. Well, wait a minute, there was only the difference of 1 stage between the 2 games. Yes, however, that escape resulted in a point swing, and the death hook on the other end resulted in the point swing as well. So that is why we do see the 9-point difference right now. And of course, if we go ahead and review the map one more time here, we are going to be on Blood Lodge, of course, and definitely it is a larger map, symmetrical, of course, having like the Blood Lodge main building be across from the shack, with that center section being filled with shorter tiles that the ranged killers can really make use of. Or Blight can bounce off of, apparently.
Apparently. We have yet to see a ranged killer come out on this map, which I think is very interesting.
I assumed Huntress was going to come out.
I really thought so. I mean, we still have 2 games left. It's not over yet, but I don't know. I really thought we were going to see some ranged killers, especially early on.
Jazzy's killer, though, and I know Jazzy is mainly an S tier maniac, right? So I'm not expecting to see a Huntress from Jazzy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it would have been interesting, but you know, not everyone has to take advantage of the strengths of a map too. So, you know.
Oh, for sure. Definitely, I didn't think Blight would be as strong, and we saw a couple opportunities where Blight wasn't able to get the collision that they wanted, but, you know, still having a pretty strong showing. But for sure, we did see all the offerings we want to see, so let's talk about Survivor rules, and hopefully my mic doesn't cut this time. All right, so definitely the gens the gens that we're wanting to get done. As you can see, that is how they score all right there. But the escapes are what are worth more points, and so for sure the difference between the 2 games, that third escape being worth 4 points, as well as there were a couple progressions on the killer side that made the point difference 9 points, like what we saw. Progressions, of course, being worth 1 point less on the killer side of things. So for sure, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short because we are actually already ready for a game and we see a nurse.
Not surprised coming from Jazzy. I had a feeling that we were going to be seeing this at some point here.
We also have a weird cosmetic bug where we can't actually see the nurse's character model.
What's going on here? We do see already having found French Fry really early on. Again, getting that early down with Corrupt still on the board. I believe I saw Corrupt at least. Yeah, there it is. Jesse going a little too fast for me. A much more friendly Corrupt this time as well.
Yeah, this is definitely better looking for Jazzy initially. We do see the map pressure being a very early thing, or the gen pressure being a very early thing here as well, which I like seeing.
Yeah, I think this is in response to what happened last game. They're probably expecting Jazzy to do what they did the last trial and try to confirm an early down or an early elimination, but we will see our second survivor go down, and this will be 2 survivors on the hook for Demice, which can get really nasty. And of course, as I say that, they get French Fry off the hook, which is good for them. They do need to get those unhooks, maybe hopefully get a reset going, but it doesn't look like Jazzy's going to give them much time to do so.
Yeah, I really think Jazzy has done a full 180 right here. Going ahead and instead of confirming second stage, going and really putting map pressure down.
Absolutely. And again, not quite. It looks like Jazzy's going to try and spread out some of the hook states here. Checking back on our hook, probably going to want to confirm second stage since it is so close. Which, if the survivors can't get the unhook safely, at least they can starve some points by getting the progression.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really actually kind of worried, and this time it's not due to the survivors. There's an insane amount of pressure being put down by this nurse right now. It is definitely suffocating right now, the amount of pressure that Jazzy's putting down. and we do see no gens falling yet, and I can confirm there's no ruin. And Corrupt is now down. But these survivors are still unable to get a single gen done right now.
Yeah, just an insane amount of pressure being put out by Nurse, which is what you expect, honestly, especially because this isn't a very large map, so she can traverse it rather quickly to keep pressure on the gens and survivors. We will see our second state here on Moody Joe. And then Jazzy goes right back to the hill to check out what's going on.
Yeah, and that's really a really good vantage point for Jazzy. Did I see somebody? I thought I saw somebody near the hook. It looked like somebody's behind one of the trees.
I might have missed it. Yeah, I might have missed it there, but you could be right. You don't want to see an elimination this early in the game with no generators completed. Well, one generator completed now. So it would be a good idea for them to try to get this hook, but of course you want to do it safely considering Jazzy's just sitting on that hill there.
These blinks, though. Oh my lord.
Nasty. Ooh. Smart of Squid to get into the locker to try to avoid, knowing that Jazzy has some pinpoint accuracy here, getting in the locker to avoid the swing and keeping this chase up for just a little bit longer, allowing for them to get Moody Joe off the hook in the back there.
Oh, for sure. And definitely the he's going down here. That's going to be an elimination at 4 gens. Unfortunate to see. Oh,
well, 3 gens now. Demice not quite able to keep up the same pressure they had the last game, but I do believe we are seeing Deadlock come into play here, so maybe that is causing them some problems. As we did not see that last game, so they wouldn't have maybe expected it to come out.
You know, yeah, and definitely I think Jazzy may have brought out Deadlock in response to 3 gens going immediately, right? Just to slow down the survivors there. Just inherently oh no, I'm not able to get the stun there. French Fries taking the hit. Honestly, I thought that was a really good opportunity to get a Nurse stun, just not getting it that time. Pre-dropping the pallet.
The pallet. Ooh. Unfortunately, unable to make enough distance there to stay on his feet. French Fry will go down. And I do want to note the amount of pressure that Jazzy is putting out. I'm not surprised that we've only seen 2 generators pop, especially with Deadlock on the field. You are constantly having to have someone run to unhook, run to heal someone else. And we probably had no one on gens at that point because French Fry was in chase and our other 2 survivors were resetting. So this game changes drastically once you only have 3 survivors left, especially once you start getting those injured states. And with the pressure Jazzy's putting down, it's going to be really hard for Demice to get a lot done here. So they're going to have to play super carefully.
I mean, yeah, on top of that, I mean, the way Jazzy had been taking chase and even trying to zone the survivors into going a certain direction, right? They're actually chasing towards the gens that have progress. As we hear right here, Claudette was running and ran where? To a gen that sounds like it's knocking like a Ford in December, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But you can guarantee that she probably did that because she knew no one was over there, because we saw Squid get the unhook on French Fry.
True. Still gives the killer a good amount of information there, and they finished a different gen. Oh man, they rotated up to that other gen. And so me thinking definitely there's the deadlocked gen, but there's actually another gen down on the other side near the shack that also had a really good amount of progress.
And I'm betting that's where we're going to see French Fry at if we go down and look for him there.
Yeah.
My bet would be that they probably have had Squid come up here and finish that gen, since Squid was the healthy survivor, and now Squid might be in the area trying to get this unhook on Paige. Yeah, there's Squid. A little bit of life value to get Squid through this lodge area, as we do see French Fry finish a gen on the other side of the map, which is, I think, the gen you were talking about.
It was indeed.
But we are, again, in a sticky situation. We now have 2 injured survivors, 1 on hook, and Squid is in chase, so unless French Fry is able to reset himself and come in, this could be really, really dangerous.
The other thing is, unfortunately, not unfortunately, actually, I was gonna say they popped that gen right after Deadlock had released on the other gen, but that is not so. They popped the gen with perfect timing to where Deadlock actually releases from that gen rather quickly.
Yeah, good timing and perk knowledge from our survivors. It does look like this will be it for Paige, though. No survivors in the immediate area, which is probably the smart move. They're probably going to want to reset. Or potentially they're working on that far gen, knowing that Jazz is going to stay here and confirm this death, but not for very long. He is going to go, knowing that there are no survivors on the side of the map, he is going to go and check out what's going on this shack gen.
Yeah, and that's definitely a smart move by Jazzy, making sure that the survivors are pressured all over the map, just as we've seen this whole game. Oh my lord. We see Squid over here running for his life, Nurse on his tail, and he's gonna run corner.
Again, we see it, our friend Noed coming into play, and this will tell French Fry that it is on the table. Not going to matter too much considering our survivors are all injured, but if I'm French Fry, I'm probably just going to try to take the out here if I can.
You know, if I'm French Fry, I'm trying to get to a door quickly, but you didn't get there quick enough. It's not gonna make much difference now, but these survivors they're going to learn pretty quickly here that they missed an opportunity for sure.
We do see, wow, the unhook.
The unhook,
All right.
and there's no way out. And what I'll tell you, I was saying earlier, No Way Out only had 3 stacks until Squid got hooked there. That was Squid's first hook. Because you didn't proc No Way Out beforehand, Jazzy gets the full advantage of 4 stacks of No Way Out instead of 3, and has Noed and is chasing.
Yeah, this is a very unfortunate situation for our survivors here. Squid and French Fry both injured. Squid will go back down, which is really unfortunate. Unless French Fry is trying to find that Noed totem, I really don't know if there's much he can do here, even if he could reset himself.
Well, French Fry also is injured, so Noed, why look for Noed?
Only if you want to try to get Squid and French Fry both out of this trial. Otherwise, I'm assuming French Fry is going to be sitting by a door, waiting for that No Way Out to drop, knowing that Jazzy's probably going to try to confirm this kill on Squid.
Yeah, but this is really, really friendly for our nurse over here. Being able to have monitor on both the doors and on our survivor that is hanging on the hook.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation for French Fry here. That will be Squid Savage progressing to death, which is unfortunate. French Fry now has a chance to potentially try to make it out of this, either through the door or through a really friendly hatch spawn. But we've seen some pretty scuffed hatch spawns like this. Like this hatch is right here. That is so unfortunate. Now French Fry just has to try to make a bid for the doors.
Yeah, and you're not going to make it, and I think he knows it. So he is just running to the edge of the map. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we did see a progression to death. We saw 2. I was going to say that might have been a 12 hook, but no, it'll just be a 12 stage 4K as long as he can go ahead and confirm it here.
Ooh, and the Dead Hard to avoid the swing, but I think Jazzy knew that he had Dead Hard there, so we're just going to play around this little area right here. French Fry doing his best to give Jazzy a run for his money. Jazzy nodding to acknowledge. And, a good run for French Fry here. He's definitely showing he's not going to go down without a fight. I'm still so sad about the hatch spawn. We've seen some really scuffed hatch spawns in this season of Egos. Ooh, and French Fry, or not French Fry. Yeah, French Fry will go down. after a really good chase, taking Jazzy for a nice little run there.
Oh, for sure. But that is going to go ahead and take out French Fry. And I'm pretty sure that clinches it for Remedy.
I do believe so. Even if Demice can get full points at this point, that will bring him within 1 point of Remedy's score of 59. I think. My math could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that even with full points, they would only get 58 points.
Yeah, well, no, because Demice will be killing on the last round, I think.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know why I thought they were surviving. Okay, so they're still in this. If they can get at least, what, like 27 points of the 30 that they can earn?
That's with no gens getting done, and I would not bet on no gens getting done.
Yeah, I never assume once it relies on no gens being completed. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of chance for this to happen here, but who knows? I mean, it's gonna be tough. Remedy has shown that they're really quick on those generators.
Oh, for sure. That first match definitely showed us that. So it's been a pleasure seeing Jazzy kill, of course, but now I expect French Fry to come in and maybe gun for him a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting to see some big moves from French Fry here. You know, they are not technically out of the running, so I expect Demice to make a full run to try to gain back some of the ground they lost, and potentially try to still take the win here. Do I think it's possible? I think it's gonna be very difficult. I don't know if it's that possible. But we have seen some strong showings from both teams, so I think either way it will be a good game to watch. I have faith. I don't know. I have faith. I always have faith, though.
I agree it'll be a good game to watch. I don't know about I don't know whether or not they can pull this out or bring us to sudden death, though. My thought is definitely that Remedy will probably come out of this with the win. For sure, we are now in the lobby, and yes, we do have French Fry killing indeed. And you know, I said that I picked Demice early as the early favorite, right? Remedy has definitely come out and shown, no, you can't do that comfortably. You would definitely don't ever count them out, right? So
it's Caster's curse,
good.
Man. It's Caster's curse.
You know, it's true. Like the Caster's curse is a real thing. It's unfortunate, but a real thing.
Yeah, definitely. So I think with a perfect game, Remedy could finish 2 gens, I think. And if Demice can get a 30-point game within those 2 gens, I think they could tie. My math could be wrong. I'm horrible at math. So don't take my word for that. But I think
you're right.
Because the gens are worth what? 1 and 2 points for the first 2?
First 2 is 1 point each.
Okay, so, and then the second or the third gen is 2 points.
Correct.
So, Remedy could finish 2 gens, and Demice could still have a chance if they can get a perfect 30-point game within those first 2 gens, but it's going to be hard.
New question. Nurse for nurse?
I don't know if you bring nurse for nurse. I think we've seen, this issue where whenever you respond with something that was brought up before you, unless you can confidently say you have, unless you can confidently look at that performance of nurse and be like, I've got a better nurse. I don't think you respond with a nurse here. Because you're gonna probably assume that the survivors have been practicing against a really good nurse.
I'll go ahead and say that French Fry did that. I want to say he did that last time when they matched up versus Hex Girls, when Jazzy was on Hex Girls, because they definitely went killer for killer. And I gotta say, I actually think French Fry did better than Jazzy in that game. So you talk about being confident. French Fry, I think, has done it once already. You never know.
I mean, I think if French Fry responds with another nurse, first of all, I'm gonna laugh because, like, of course, like, beautiful.
I talked about it. French Fry and Jazzy have a little bit of a rivalry, you know?
Yeah. Not laugh in a bad way, like laugh in a good way, I guess. Like excited. Laughing.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
I did that. I realized that made me sound like a dick. So I was like, wait, hold on, let me clarify. Not laugh in a bad way. I will be very excited to see what happens if French Fry brings out another brings out a nurse for a nurse. I think that would be an interesting play here. French Fry has shown he knows his way around a nurse. I do see Psycho Mantis there calling for a twins. I don't know if twins would be the play here, but
actually, I think twins could be the play, but it depends. It depends on how the survivors play. Because for sure, here's the problem with twins, right? If they start doubling up and traveling in pairs, then you're not going to get the slug value you're looking for to prevent them from getting the gens done. However, if you can cause a snowball, we could see a 4K at 5 gens.
Yeah, but that's so dependent on... I mean, I guess like with any killer, it's really dependent on being able to get...
I mean, who would have thought that we would have seen a 4K 12 hook with Deathslinger at 5 gens?
We did see that. That was Solar Blazer versus Entity.
Yeah.
We did see
I don't think any of us expected that.
I think I was less surprised than you would think because it is Solar Blazer.
True.
And Solar Blazer has, I don't think I've seen a bad game from them yet, but
I think there have been a couple teams that have actually outed Solar Blazer.
I might not have been awake for those, to be fair.
Well, one of them being Woe when you were still on Woe, week 1.
Oh my god, that's right! Maelstrom! with the unbreakable play. I forgot about that. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Look, week one was a long time ago.
Right? It seems crazy, but week 1 actually was a long time ago, and a lot of these teams have developed in kind of changed from the first week we saw them, you know what I mean? Like they look different, look more developed as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know. A lot of that is one thing I will say. It's really nice to sit in the caster's chair and watch week by week how the teams are changing and evolving. You see a lot of the teams who maybe started the season a little weaker are incredibly strong now, as people are adjusting and working together and learning together.
Yeah, I think as well some of the teams that started strong are not looking as strong as the season goes on as well. Like as the adjustments
as the other side is catching up, it's kind of looking that way. Very interesting, but it's really nice to see. You know, I have a lot of friends on some of the other teams, and it's nice to like get to watch their progression and like get to cheer them on and see all of the hard work that they are putting in paying off, including you guys at WoW. Including the people over, you know, my friends over in the hookers. It's really nice to see that everyone is like giving their all to improving and, you know, giving us good, exciting games to watch.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of really good teams in this league, and even teams that are looking at like having like losing records right now are in a lot of cases actually better than their record shows. It's just we have such good teams within this league. And it's sometimes luck is actually a factor. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I do want to say, a a win or a loss definitely doesn't speak anything for skill. A lot of these games have been very close. And with teams that you probably wouldn't put like at first thought in the same like skill category as one another, we saw Outlaws of the Fog, a very brand new team, go up against 6 and only lose by 1 point.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
That's just super close. And then we saw a team that, like, when they came into the league, we didn't really know anything about them. Wrecking Crew going up against Arctic Wolves, who was like preseason #1, and drive it into sudden death.
Yep, we did see that. They did give us our first sudden death match in Vigo's history. So definitely a lot of these teams are teams that I would keep an eye on, even after Vigo's. When we head into our next season, I'm sure we'll see a lot of them back or trying to come back.
Oh yeah, so I'm definitely super excited to see how this last matchup goes. Go ahead and close us out for the night for sure. And oh man, I think we're in for a treat.
It's going to be a tough game.
With French Fry as killer, I don't think that French Fry is going to just like completely throw some like C-tier killer out. I don't know that a nurse would come out just because of the situation that they're in, but I think something strong-ish may be pulled. Maybe I get the Huntress I was looking for.
Maybe. I think, I don't know. I think because there is still a chance, no matter how hard it is, I think French Fry is going to come out swinging. So, I guess we'll see in just a moment, though.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are as excited as I am.
All right, and so we do see the offerings that we are, of course, looking for. So we will go ahead and review some penalty rules real quick. All right, guys, so definitely any match that does have a penalty be incurred can be played out, restarted, or both. Definitely we don't want to have any penalties such as 2 of the same survivor, a banned perk, item, or add-on, but if they do happen, you would see a -5 point penalty and a possible restart. If there is the wrong map, it would be an auto restart, -5 points. If you have somebody that's not on roster or not following trade rules, that would be -10 points per offense. Using an exhausted killer is -10 points in an auto restart as well. Definitely, if there were any penalties, would definitely help Demice catch up here. But oh man, I think I see a trapper.
Ah, well, I guess I was wrong. Strong Evan coming out to play. Is it Krampus Trapper?
No, it doesn't look like that. Looks like
sad.
Frozen Trapper.
That's sad. All right. Maybe Demice knowing that. I mean, I don't think their standing is too bad as of right now. I think they can afford to take the loss here. So maybe they are wanting to save some of their killer options for later in their season, considering we are only just a little over halfway through our season here. But we do see Trapper come out to play. Where's Amy?
Where's Amy in the chat? We do see, of course, Strong Evan, but we also see survivors going ahead and closing the traps that Evan's opening as he's in chase over here. Of course, doing what survivors do, doing survivor things. Trapper would have caught more survivors if it weren't for them meddling kids.
Meddling kids taking chase. We do see first blood drawn here on our Feng Min coming into this. I don't even know what to call this area. It's like a weird, not quite jungle gym.
This wall.
No, not this. The little like rubble bit over there. Ooh, and catching her out, able to get the quick down. I mean, Corrupt is still up. We're still up 5 gens, so like that's not terrible.
Okay, yeah. I see what you were talking about now. Yeah, that short tile with the filler palette, just like the piles of junk.
Just like rubble. Yeah, just like rubble.
I mean, it's just junkyard, you know? Definitely, we do see a lot of progress on a few gens here, but not a single gen popping yet.
Done. Yeah, nothing done just yet. We're in that kind of weird life value. We're in that kind of weird like starting point. Oop,
Oh,
and there go our first
there
two
go two.
generators.
Oh no!
All right. This is where French fry gets to 4K right here.
It's now or never, French fry.
It's now or never, French fry.
Or never. Yeah, I think that really does kind of clinch it there. Of course, the unhook does come in. Oh, a miss on the swing. A swing and a miss. A good little whiff.
And the clicky.
Oh man, I thought Nancy might have walked into that trap, and I was getting excited, like we're gonna see a trap walk, but then it didn't happen.
I was very sad. Nancy, step in a trap for me. No. Well, there goes our third generator, which does seal the game in Remedy's favor, but we will see this game played out. I'm still hoping for a trap here.
Yeah,
and we do see all survivors injured.
Yeah, which I mean, versus a trapper doesn't matter as much because, I mean, M1 killer of course, but resets can come in faster because he can only chase one of you at a time. As long as you don't stay grouped up, you're fine.
But we will see our second hook state. French fry, even though he came out with what I'm assuming was maybe a burn pick, still putting a good effort out.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
I would definitely agree. Oh yeah.
Nodders in chat.
He was agreeing with what you were saying. I would say I have seen that we have the trapper bag, of course, but interesting to see that we're not putting more traps down, if that makes sense. That way our stone can reset them. We're still holding on to 4 traps, and I guess my question would be, why are we holding those 4 traps?
To be fair, I think French fry's been in chase like almost this entire time, so maybe he's making a judgment call of like I could put down some traps, or I could just, oh my god, down these survivors. I don't know how he knew she was there.
No, my question was, why was she there? I get that he heard where he heard that she was there, but why though? Why were you there? Oh, there's a trap.
Oh, the trap.
He got caught in the trap. He got out though, first try. My goodness.
We saw it. I don't know if that was getting out on his own or if that was Nancy, who was still in the area last I saw helping him out there.
Do you think he tried to disarm the trap and ended up dropping the pallet and instead getting...
Oh, God. That would be so embarrassing.
I think that's what happened.
Tragedy.
I have a feeling. Tragic, I know, but I have a feeling. If that pallet's dropped, that'll give us our answer.
And French fry doing a really good job of keeping on these injured survivors.
Oh yeah, and definitely like this is an opportunity where like I know you're in chase, but you could have dropped a trap down there right there.
I think that's too predictable though. I think Nancy would have just left the tile, and this kept him in the area to respond to the unhook.
Yeah, I just think it takes that tile out of play for all of the other survivors after that, if that makes sense though.
Well, and with the stone being able to reset traps, I guess it wouldn't really matter if he just put it down.
Right. We do see a... Oh, was there no pallet there? Interesting.
It's one of those weird generations where you just don't get a pallet sometimes.
Oh, there was a pallet.
There was a pallet.
Wait a minute. I'm not just crazy, right? It didn't look like
see
it was
a pallet there.
I completely...
Kicker bug?
Yeah, maybe. But it looked like French fry even looked back like, huh, no pallet. That's strange. And then all of a sudden, pallet.
Is it a bug or a feature? Bug? Feature.
I hope that's a bug. If they start hiding pallets from us, I don't know what I'll do.
I would cry. I would never play killer again.
Oh.
Spirit Fury value. Betcha Dwight didn't see that one coming. We do see our last 2 generators pop. Actually, wow, really quick. Oh,
Why are we juggling survivors?
French try having a little fun juggling Dwight around just a bit before taking him over to a hook and slapping him up there. Somebody
No.
coming in with a flashlight. Well,
No. Why would you do it? Why would you
was
do
it
it to poor Evan?
a late try? I don't understand. You know what? A for effort. A for effort. We do see this door being worked on. I believe it was the Nancy that had the flashlight too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nancy out here just like
Wild and honestly.
being annoying to our poor Evan over here. Poor Evan. Yeah, set that trap right there. Yeah.
I feel like that's Nancy's for you though.
You know, yeah, being a problem for Evans, yes, that is definitely Nancy. Nancy over here, the bone goblin slash, like, just, wow.
Relatable.
Evan making sure nobody is touching this survivor.
Yeah, French try wanting to maybe secure this. Looking at the traps like, yeah. Uh-huh.
What?
Oh,
What?
I think
French
using
fry
his
saying,
lunge
"Get out
to
of
get
my
over
yard."
the trap there.
100% just, wow. Oh. He told Nancy, get out of my yard. You already blinded me. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no.
Tragedy. Luckily, no one was around to capitalize on that embarrassing
What?
stepping in the. Oh no!
Oh, no,
French
it's
fry,
again.
no!
French fry, no!
French fry, no!
Oh my gosh, now they get the
Smacking
4
Nancy
up.
for good measure, yeah. A good amount of hook states for Evan, though.
Oh, for sure.
Not so bad.
All right, so of course we will see that final score if the score is updated here, which I don't know that it is yet. It seemed low, I thought, because we were at what, 59? And there would be 10 points for the gens getting done. And it was a 4 out.
Yeah, that doesn't seem quite correct.
Yep, I'm waiting for it to update, but of course we will see a Remedy being convicted of murder in this case. So let's see if we have somebody coming into the interrogation room. Oh man, but that was a fun match, honestly. Pretty good.
Trying to figure out what happened to the score here because I actually want to know.
Yeah, I wanted to know the score as well. I was just like,
Better?
I was like, that score looks like it stopped updating probably halfway through. What happened?
Not entirely sure there.
What is this? Let me know.
What is going on?
Definitely interesting.
Confusion.
Oh man, and it looks like we are waiting to see who's going to be our interview. But for sure, I think that was a pretty strong match for Remedy. Definitely on the survivor side, but also on the killer side, they were able to. Oh well, hey, there it is. Score just popped up correctly now, 83-39.
Okay. I was like, that's definitely not right.
Yeah, it happened like just now. Like it just changed. But for sure, I think that's a pretty strong showing from Remedy, and they may not have as much of a chance to get to postseason. I'd have to look again, but definitely showing that they're gonna be in here and be ready to try to win this game, right? Or be ready to try to get to postseason if they can. I think they have to win out.
Yeah, Remedy coming in and picking up a pretty tough record to compete with. However, doing a really good job of showing that I think they're down for the fight. And we do have Jazzy, the one and only, joining us for an interview. How are you doing today, Jazzy?
I'm good. Tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like 4
tired.
p.m.
Oh
Oof,
my gosh, since
long
4.
day.
Yep.
So what matches did you play in earlier today?
I was scrimming with the different team.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, since 4, wow, what? But that makes sense. Practice before the actual game, right?
Yep.
Nice. Well, definitely coming in and just being the S tier killer main I know you to be, bringing both Blight and Nurse. Definitely talk us through the choice there.
Honestly, I just wanted to play Blight and Nurse versus Demice. That was kind of the whole thought process, because they're good.
Nice. Wanting to get extra practice with your S tiers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice. We saw you struggle to get some of the collisions on the cars. Definitely, as a Blight main, how often are you experiencing that, like, more and more? Because I feel like it's become more of an issue of collision than it has in the past.
Yeah, that's actually because of a bug with Blight right now. They said they were gonna fix it like 6 months ago, but I doubt it.
Oof.
But yeah, it's some bug that messes with the collision a bit and makes the cars harder to bump off of and tires. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what it does.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely. It's affecting the game a little bit. I know, like, I'm not the best Blight. Whenever I play Blight, I find, like, I'll bounce off a tree the same way that I saw you bounce off a tree, and even that sometimes results in a non-collision. You slide off and go, what the heck? What was that? So, definitely, I didn't know that if that would be the map to go ahead and bring Blight on, but you did very well. And then, of course, Nurse, like, just doing Nurse things, getting the 4K.
I've been practicing Nurse a bit. I used to main her before Blight came out, but I kind of dropped her for Blight because, honestly, the only reason I dropped Nurse, Blink Bug. It makes me so angry. I hate Blink Bug so much. So I dropped her for Blight, but I've been playing her a lot more and having fun again.
Ooh, very nice. That makes you a much more dangerous killer if you have a lot more Nurse hours, right? So, for sure, we'll be excited to see you kill more and with Remedy now instead of with Hex Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything, Shep? Any questions for Jazzy?
No, sorry, I've kind of got a holiday potato brain going on right now, but really good games. It was a joy to watch. Your Nurse is real nasty.
Thank you.
You said holiday potato, and my brain went to potato salad. I mean, now I have potato brain.
Oh,
All right.
I'm so sorry. Jazzy, is there anything you would like to say to your opponents today, the fans of the new fans of Remedy, maybe, or the fans of you guys in general?
GG's Demice was a fun game. I don't know, not much else to say. Thanks to all the people who watch and stuff. It's cool.
Awesome. So definitely, it has been a pleasure to have everybody here tonight. We do see a Remedy convicted of murder, and that's going to be all from us at the court.
Don't forget, guys, we do have one more game tomorrow. We are going to be watching Who's Invader? Who's playing tomorrow?
You know, We Overslept is playing versus Demice.
So we will see We Overslept versus Demice tomorrow at, I believe, same time, 9 p.m.
Yeah, that is correct. And I
At
actually
9
said
p.m.
it backwards. Demise is the home team tomorrow. So it's Demise versus We Overslept. But yeah, same two teams.
So that tomorrow will be our last game for this week, but don't forget, you guys, we are splitting week 7 over the next 2 weeks because of the holidays. So while tomorrow we will only have one game, next week we will also have games on Wednesday and Thursday. So keep an eye on our social media. If you haven't followed already, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under Vigo's Court on all of those platforms to keep up to date to when we will have games. But yeah, make sure you come back tomorrow for another exciting game. I'll be looking for you all.
Oh,
If I'm here
for
on
sure.
my Christmas Eve, you should be here too.
It will be your Christmas Eve. You know, I didn't even make that connection until you said it. But hey, guys, let's all meet back here on Shep's Christmas Eve, and we can all, like, you know, wish happy holidays on Christmas Eve. So from us at the
Present
court,
is your presence.
peace out.
Peace out, guys. Be safe. We love you. Mwah.